Okay, I'm recording. Excited to be on the team call with you guys. I'm Eric Johnson, creator of Teamzy. And I know we've got some of you guys who are already using Teamzy. Here's what I want to do with you today. I actually want to take you through, I'm going to go through Teamzy. And so if you're already using it, some of the stuff I'm going to show you may know, but you'll probably pick up some tips and tricks along the way that are helpful. I'm going to show you how to set it up correctly, how to just absolutely crush a power hour in like 20 minutes a day. I'll show you how to take somebody from a prospect who you're going to start a conversation with, having that conversation, turning it into an invite to the business, how to follow up on the invite all the way through to bringing them into your team, either as a customer or coach. Okay. So I'm going to show you that whole process today, which is pretty cool. And you'll probably pick up a few things along the way you didn't know. But before I do that, I want to give you guys just a little bit of training on the system. And those of you guys who were just chatting with me before we started, I was talking about the system that existed before there was software. There's a system here. It's called relationship marketing. And it's a system that has been proven for literally thousands of years to build a business, right? Those of you guys who are Christian know the greatest network marketing company ever was started with 12 distributors, one of whom was a quitter, right? All right, so let's get into that a little bit real quick. I'm going to share my screen with you. You guys see my keynote now? Okay, this is what I want to talk about, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss, The cool thing about this system, you guys, is it is designed to help you leverage your time so that you can build your business in less than an hour a day. That is the goal, because I know that you have lives. You can be very busy in this business, but if you're not focused on what it takes to build an hour a day, then it's not going to grow. Make sense? Little background on me. My grown-up life has been as a business consultant and trainer. I've been helping people build their business using this system, relationship marketing, for 15 years. I personally became a Beachbody coach because, by the way, I'm not currently a coach now, just in case people worry about compliance. They forced me out. But I became a Beachbody coach because I had lost a bunch of weight doing P90X. I mean, some of you guys may have had a similar story, and people were asking me about it constantly. What did you do? What are you up to? What are you doing? And then I was constantly telling people, oh, I did P90X. And finally, I found out there was an opportunity to represent the company. So I became a coach. As soon as I got into that, and I had a full-time career, I had 4 kids, busy life like you guys. I knew that if I wanted to build this business, I needed a tool to leverage my time. Just as I would coach my customers to do in my other business, they need to leverage their time and be efficient. And I went looking for it, and I didn't see anything that kind of fit the bill. So that's why we created Teamzy, was to have a tool like that allows you guys to build your business literally in just minutes at a time. Okay, so what is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. I know it's kind of a dry, boring, businessy type definition, but you guys need to understand relationship marketing is not just a buzzword for being nice to people. It's actually a way of doing business that works, okay? Also, I want you to focus in on this concept of lead generation because you guys are not in the business of marketing Shakeology or home workouts. You're in the lead generation business. This is your business. You generate new leads. That's what you do. And you need to focus on that because no matter how busy you are in your day, if you're not doing lead generation activity, you did not work on your business today. You were just busy. Does that make sense? Now, just to clarify, what do I mean by lead generation? Because when it comes to relationship marketing, lead generation is this. It's meeting new people and it's going deeper with the people we know. Pretty simple, right? Meeting new people and going deeper with the people we know. I should probably make a slide for that because that's an important distinction. All right. It doesn't mean somebody's ready to buy or someone's ready to sign up. That doesn't make them a lead. The fact that they're a human being that you could have a relationship with, that makes them a lead. Okay. So relationship marketing is a system we follow. It's a system we follow. It allows us to serve and bring value first. This is important because most people approach this business as, can you help me? Will you try my product? Will you join my team? And we serve and bring value first. So when we invest systematically in relationships, people are more likely to want to do business with us and to recommend our business to others. Okay? So when you guys come into Teamzy, there's a page called Team, and on that page, you've got all your prospects, all your customers, and your team. People go, why are my prospects on my team page? Because in this system, you guys, everybody's on your team. They're either literally joining your team, buying your products, or telling other people about you. Make sense? Okay. And we are able to create predictable and reliable results for our business. Predictable and reliable results. I'll show you guys how Teamzy actually takes your income goal and tells you what to do every day to hit it. Because this system has been around so long, we can actually calculate where it's going to take you. And we always know what to do next because it's a system. We actually always know what to do next. Okay? Guys, it's exactly like following a Beachbody fitness program. Right? Are you guys pretty confident that if you follow one of those programs to a T, you're going to get great results? This is exactly like that. And then what happens when you're like 3 weeks into the program and you're not feeling like you're losing anything or changing anything? You know that if you stick with that program, it's going to get you the results, right? It's exactly the same. Okay. Here's an important principle. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Okay, developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Okay, so guys, your business is lead generation. You're meeting new people. Why? So you can develop and deepen relationships with them. If that's all you get from this call, this is how I should build my business. Focus on building, meeting new people and developing and deepening relationships with them and the people I know already. That's the job. Pretty cool. And it's actually really fun. What we do is we turn our relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn our relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. You guys know what I mean by advocate, right? You're already advocates for all kinds of products. That just means you're so excited about something, you kind of feel compelled to tell other people about it. True? And so that's what we do. We serve, we help, we focus on bringing value to people. And over time, all your relationships become advocates. When they think of fitness, when they think of health, you're the person that comes to mind. Okay? Okay, here's another important principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Another way to say this is, if you're a jerk, the system ain't gonna work. Have you guys met jerks that are Beachbody coaches? You don't have to point at anybody, I'm just asking. Just kidding. For sure, right? And there's a lot of people in this business, not just Beachbody, in the network marketing business in general, that are all about, how do I say it nicely? It's just that it's the opposite of relationships. It's like, who's the next person who's going to help me, right? I'm going to go for no. I'm going to throw away people who aren't interested. I just want people who are interested. I'm just turning over rocks until I find people who are interested. So many people do this. This system won't work for you if that's the way you're wired, because we have to build trust. We have to build trust for this to work. But trust makes the work fun. It's so much fun helping somebody who trusts you. Have you guys talked to people who really trust you and respect you, and they're just like, help me, what do I do? Also, when people even trust you just a little bit, they're easy to work with, right? Which is, I'm going to show you guys how to build it in a second. Trust takes that icky salesperson feeling away. How many of you are just paranoid about being the icky salesperson? That's me. Like, I never want to be the icky salesperson. One of the things that people say about Teamzy all the time, which I love, is they say, we love your scripts, they're not salesy. No, you don't need to be sales. First of all, sales has a bad reputation when it's not a bad thing. Sales is helping people solve a problem, right? So if you focus on that, it's helping people solve a problem, then it'll always be fun and people will trust you. The icky salesperson is the one who's just trying to close a sale for their own benefit. Okay, and then you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. And I love this. You know, it's so funny. One of the things that really motivated me early on to build Teamzy, I was a brand new coach. I was brand new, 3 weeks in the business, just got my diamond rank, and they invited me to join one of those diamond groups, you know, with Beachbody Corporate. A lot of you guys probably been on those groups, and they were going, the group, you know, I was new, and they were like, hey, we're going for no. I didn't know a thing. I didn't even know how I got to diamond. I had no idea because I was brand new. They were going for no. Have you guys ever done that? Do you know what I'm talking about? This whole concept that you're going to like churn through your warm market list. Like, those are your friends and family, right? And just invite. And if they say no, it's like, great, I've been rejected. Now I can take them off my list. Well, what I hate about that whole concept is you're throwing away friends and family. Like you're tossing dead bodies over your shoulder, moving on, Let's be honest. None of us would have said yes either on some random cold invite. It's so selfish and unrelational. The idea here is you're going for yes because you're investing people, you're helping people, you're bringing sunshine to people on a daily basis. You're creating an army of advocates, and you're going to uncover the true yeses over time, and nobody gets tossed aside. Okay? All right, so how do you build trust? There's ways to do this, okay? I'm going to give you guys the basics, 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Don't worry, I'll show you Teamzy in a minute, but this is important. You guys need to understand the heart behind it so that you understand how it works. The first is chemistry. The next one's character. I'll go through them quickly and then I'll break them out for you guys. The third is competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, and consistency, the 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Okay, let's break these out real quick for you guys. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? I don't need to go too deep into this one. You guys probably get this one pretty intuitively. The bottom line is it's hard to trust somebody you don't like, right? And there may be people that you actually don't like who you have a lot of chemistry with if you take some time to figure out what you have in common. It's just a matter of asking questions and listening, right? Asking questions, then listening. And then you'll find out that you have something in common with everybody. Okay, in fact, this has been my thing lately because in the last maybe year, it's been so ridiculous how divided everybody is, you know, spouting off their opinions and all that kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, guys, I could unfriend 2/3 of my friends list if I just did it based on not agreeing with what they post on Facebook. The bottom line is we need to be focused on what we have in common, not where we're different. Make sense? And so you need to build your business that way too. Also, this is just a random thought, but don't share your opinion if it's divisive. Okay? Because you can help people, and that could prevent you from helping people if they don't like your opinions. Keep those to yourself. We are so focused on being right in this world. Everyone wants to be right. We always want to argue about everything. If you guys ever listen to Grant Cardone, who's an amazing author and does his own audiobooks, one of the things he talks about is, if you want to help people, you need to be agreeing with them. The first thing you do is make somebody wrong. They don't want to listen to you. Okay, sorry, that was my little side. I'm going to go off on these little tangents. People say that's the fun part of my presentations. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. This kind of leads into my spout off that I was just having. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Please notice this, that character is not something you have, it's something you do. Okay, character is not something you have, it's something you do. And kind of piggyback on what we were just talking about, we get so offended if somebody questions our character, questions our integrity. And why shouldn't they? If they're questioning it, then that just should be telling you that you're not demonstrating your care to that person. Okay, just remember, character is not something you have, it's something you do. We need to show people that we're caring. We need to show people that we're relatable. If you guys are, everything you do, whether it's the way you serve a customer, the way you speak to somebody, the way you post on social media, you need to be saying, does this demonstrate my care for the people seeing this? Okay, that's kind of your lens and your filter. Number 3, competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. I need to know, can you help me get fit? Can you help me regain my health? Are you the coach that will help me with that problem? Are you competent? I also need to know, as I understand this opportunity, are you the person who will mentor me in this business? Are you demonstrating that to me? Now, anybody that newer coach on the call? Okay. Well, if you have newer coaches, come on and watch this video, or you guys are newer coaches and you just didn't want to raise your hand because it's early in the morning, I get it. And the sun hasn't even risen over here in California. You need to know this. Have you guys ever heard the term fake it till you make it? Anyone ever tell you guys just fake it till you make it? Okay, really important. Don't ever fake it. Don't ever fake it. Okay, it's important. Fake it till you make it is that other system. It's the manipulation system. This is the trust system. Don't fake it. You need to be real. You need to be you. Now, If you're new and you don't have incredible competence yet as a Beachbody coach or as a business builder, your team does, right? So you just need to lean into the competence of your team. You need to let people know, hey, look, join me. I'm new too. Together, we're going to be mentored by the best in the business. Okay. And then as you build your own competence, teach your team, your new recruits to lean into yours. Okay. Chemistry, character, competence. These are based on 3 important principles. Okay. When people are going to do business with you, this is really all they care about. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Make sure you guys understand these questions, because whenever somebody's interacting with you at a subconscious level, they're evaluating you by these questions. When they raise objections, they're coming from this place. Does that mean you shouldn't overcome an objection about the vitamin D content and Shakeology? No, you should be able to do that. But just understand that I need to continually invest in this relationship until the trust is there. Okay? Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. The reason why I take a minute to tell you this principle is you can overcome an objection. Somebody can buy a challenge pack and they can join your team. But that trust still isn't there. You still have to invest in that relationship. Otherwise, they will leave. And that is what happens all the time. Am I right? Okay, we'll talk about that more as we go. But it's important. This is why we need teams to help us continually invest in these relationships. The 4th is consistency. Consistency. Okay. Consistency is a hard one for me to even say because it's so hard to do, isn't it? So hard to do. And we all know this is the secret to success, right? Our personal success comes when we're consistent. But I want you guys to understand that consistency is the number one way also to build trust in others. Think about it. I love this principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Is this true? I mean, do you guys respect that in other people and wish you were as consistent as people who are maybe more consistent than you? We are all like that. In fact, this is a paraphrase from a much longer sentence in a favorite book of mine called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Great book, by the way. You guys should add this to your list. Put it on the screen for you. Someday Bob Cialdini is going to send me a check for all the times I've recommended his book. But he talks about this, that consistency, the desire to be consistent, is one of the primary motivating factors for all human beings. It's a huge part of our psyche. When we were kids, it was peer pressure, right? We wanted to be consistent with what the kids our age were doing. That desire is still there. This is huge, you guys. You have to be consistent if you want people to trust you. Make sense? Okay. So are you consistent? Zig Ziglar would call this the checkup from the neck up. Are you consistent? Just take a minute to evaluate yourself. Maybe there'll be a little gap between what you want to be and what you are, but are you a product of the product? Because if you're not a product of the product, no one else will follow you that way. Make sense? I mean, I remember people telling me they thought Shakeology was expensive. I was like, we drink 4 bags a month. What's expensive? Healthcare? Being sick? Buying pharmaceuticals for your family for the rest of your life? What's expensive? Are you a product of the product? Are you a believer in that? I mean, that's the thing, as I'm saying, your consistency will bring trust to others. Are you doing your workouts? Are you drinking your shake? Are you committed to healthy living? Are you doing your own personal development? Have you guys ever heard the term, you're either growing or dying? Have you heard that? Growing or dying? A real simple way to think about your day is, did I do any personal development today? No? Wow, I went backwards. I'm dying today. I'm dying. Right? Not doing your personal development is like an unhealthy habit, like smoking cigarettes. It's like knowingly doing something unhealthy. You guys are like, wow, Eric's harsh today. Hey, it's 6 a.m., guys. You're getting the raw me. Here's the thing, though. I tell you this because it's out of love, because I know how easy it is to put this aside. I know you guys are wired to help other people and not yourself. And I want that. I want that for you. I want you to be wired that way. That means you're going to love people and help them in your business. But you do need to understand that taking care of yourself is how you can best help other people, and especially personal development. Okay? Look around real quick. This is a tangent. Sorry, guys. Look around real quick at your life. right? Unless you're in some fabulous kitchen that looks like a 5-star cafe. And say, is there a gap between where I am and what I want? Is there? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your life. I love my life, but there's definitely still a gap. I still want to go farther. That gap is represented by the space between your ears. You change your life as you change your mind. Okay? All right, that's all I'm saying that. Are you struggling but moving forward? I know you guys aren't perfect, but are you determined to do this? Are you consistently improving? This is important. Okay. And probably if I just stopped after my browbeating over the personal development, which I'm sure you guys are doing, this, by the way, will count today for your personal development. How many of you guys would say, I'm pretty consistent. I'm pretty good at this stuff. I do this stuff pretty well. Okay, great. So here's the real question. Are you as consistent in your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with your relationships as you are about doing those things, your workouts, your shakes, posting on social media, right? This is where the question comes in. Now, I'm here talking to you guys at 6 a.m. because Tanya is consistent at this. She really is. That's why I'm here with you guys this early. This is a favor to her because I'm so impressed with her activity levels. And so I wanted to give back to your team. But are you guys as consistent with your relationships? Because here's what you need to understand. People won't really believe you till they see you. What do I mean by this? Even if you've got a great following on social media and you've got a lot of friends and connections, and maybe you do a great post and you get some response. I mean, when I started out as a coach, I would do an invitation post and I would get 5 or 6 people to join my group, and it was great. My point is that the vast majority, though, of people are watching. They're watching, and they don't really believe you're talking to them because you're not talking to them. They'll believe you mean them when you connect one-on-one with them. Does that make sense? So my principle here is that relationship building is a contact sport, which means you need to be in contact with people. If you want a relationship with people, you need to be in contact with them one-on-one. But I know that your time is scarce, and I know it can be overwhelming to think, wow,
we're almost there, bud.
How am I going to do this? Okay. But here's your important principle I want you guys to get. And I'm just about done with this little mini training, and then we'll jump into Teamzy. But investing time in connecting with people is the only way to deepen a relationship. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen a relationship. And I'm just going to give you a really quick example. You guys ever received a great card, like a great card for your birthday or anniversary or something from somebody you care about? And in the card was a handwritten message, like a really great, heartfelt handwritten message, something that moved you emotionally. You guys ever get one of those? Hopefully, right? How many of you guys are married? If you're not raising your hand, I'm going to message your husbands, right? Okay. And then what happens when you get a card like that? You read it, you have an emotional moment, it's amazing, and then trash can, right? Throw those things right away, right in the trash. Now, you guys save those somewhere, right? They get saved. People save these kind of cards their whole life. They have a special drawer or box or whatever. So when you get one like this, check this out, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me stop this share so you can see. Look, I got this great, wait, upside down, there we go. Happy birthday. Here's a nice happy birthday card from my State Farm agent. Now, what do you think? When you guys ever get stuff like this? Does this go in the special place where the special cards go? This one you have no problem throwing away, right? Yeah, I only kept it to make fun of him every time I do a team call. Why is this one not special? Why does this have no value? Because they took no time. He didn't invest time. The card that moved you, they invested their most precious resource, time, into you, one-on-one. In fact, when you're writing a message like that in a card, is it even possible to get out your phone and play with Facebook at the same time? They gave you time that was undivided attention. Probably the most rare thing in our society at all right now is undivided attention. It's so valuable we keep them forever. In fact, we can have a card from somebody who passes away, and that card can still impact our relationship. That's how powerful it is, that investment. What I'm here to tell you guys is investing in someone one-on-one is so powerful. And I'm not saying you need to write note cards all the time, though that should be part of your marketing plan. You should be writing people cards. In fact, in Teamzy, you can record greeting card as one of your connect types. But even just messaging someone on Facebook one-on-one. Yesterday, top coach, 10-star coach, friend of mine, had a birthday. And I messaged him on Facebook Messenger, hey, I hope you're having a great birthday, maybe filled with love and laughs. And he said to me, thanks, Eric. You know what's funny is it takes the same amount of time, but you're the only person who personally messaged me a happy birthday message. Everyone else just posted on my timeline. Interesting, right? I thought that was interesting. We are so starved for one-on-one attention. If you guys don't get anything from this, you need to know it's one-on-one. People always come to me and say, Eric, when are we going to be able to do blast emails in Teamzy? I go, well, you can do blast emails in lots of places. I don't believe it adds any value to your business. You need to be it needs to be one-on-one. That takes a second, yeah, but I'm going to show you guys that you can connect with 20 people in 30 minutes. How much faster do you want it to be? But it's going to be so much more powerful. One little thing on this, by the way, while I'm on the tangent about emails, did you guys know that the response rate network-wide for Facebook Messenger is 99%? And do you know what the response rate on an email blast is network-wide? Less than 1%. That's all I have to say about that. Less than 1%. I had a coach yesterday message me. He says, I don't like to message people on from my Facebook page. I said, well, you're missing out on the most effective form of communication in the world. So you decide. Do you not like to build your business faster? Right? We need to connect where people are, guys. All right. So just keep that in mind. If you want to build deepen a relationship, you need to connect. You need to connect one-on-one. You need to invest a little bit of time. Now, it only takes 2 seconds to send a message, but like my friend, it was powerful because nobody else bothered to take those 2 seconds, right? Okay, this is my last slide and we're jump into Teamzy. What you guys need to really be successful in this business is you need a system, something that will help you stay in contact with all your relationships. I mean, all of them efficiently. Know when you're going to contact them so you don't spend all day planning or sticking sticky notes to the floor like my friend we talked about in the beginning, right? Or sorting your cards like Tanya used to do. Know what you're going to say so you don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out the perfect message to send somebody. Just know what you're going to say. Just have it at your fingertips. Also, you want to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. This is the biggest one because you connect with somebody and you develop that prospect and they're interested, right? Then they say, you know, I'm not really ready yet. You're like, okay, no big deal. I'm just going to give them some space. The next thing you see is that they've joined someone else's team. Has that happened to you guys? Yeah, they fell through the cracks. You got them started. You got them thinking about it. You planted the seed. You watered the seed. You put sunshine on the seed. They were ready for harvest and you weren't there. Someone else was. Okay? You need a system so that doesn't happen. All right, let me jump out of this real quick. Let's jump into Teamzy. Where are you, Teamzy? All right. You guys see my Teamzy dashboard now? Okay, great. So let's do a quick setup. We'll do a quick setup of the system and then we'll crush power together. So when you first log on, first of all, you guys, if you guys are on here and you're not already using Teamzy, go to teamzy.com, get a free 30-day trial. It's free, okay? No credit card, nothing weird. We just want you to use it and love it for 30 days. All right, and if you use it during that 30 days, you should make plenty of money. It'll be a no-brainer to continue. When you first log in, you're gonna be in a setup wizard. You can turn that back on by going to this little wheel on the top right. The setup wizard helps you set things up and it just makes it easy. Okay, this is a new thing, which is cool. You can get tips from Facebook Messenger, which is really cool. I'm going to sign up for it. You just click it. Boom. Okay, next step. So what we're going to do is we're going to set an income goal. We're going to create a powerful why, and then we're going to get your contacts in so you'll be super mega organized. Okay, I'll do it really quick. There's little videos along the way that help you. So the first step is set an income goal. So here's what you want to do is just get a number in your mind of where you'd like to be, best case scenario, a year from now, 12 months from now, okay? So I put 150,000 in as my goal for 12 months because that was the income I left. At the time I became a Beachbody coach, I left my job to go full-time to Beachbody. That was my salary. I wanted to replace it within a year. Okay. Put whatever number you want. But here's the thing I want you guys to do. If you guys are really committed and you're committed to spending 30 minutes to an hour a day on your business, you should pick at least 6 figures. Okay? All right. Next, Now Teamzy's crunched the numbers for me with the smart algorithms. It's telling me I need to connect with 4,348 people over the next 12 months to get to that number. Is that aggressive? 4,348 people. It's pretty aggressive, right? But wasn't my goal aggressive also? Yeah. Now, how crazy is it if you could be this aggressive to go for 150 grand in a year to connect with more than 4,000 people, and you could still do it in under an hour? How many people would think that's cool? Yeah. All right, so let's go to the next page. The next page breaks it down for me. It breaks it into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and coaches. Okay, and then it breaks it down yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. So now I'm looking at that huge number, but it's just a daily target of connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 coaches on my team every day. That's 19 people. In fact, you can change these to whatever you want. I'm going to change this one to 10 so it's an even 20 because 19 bothers me. I'm anal like that. I can't help it. Okay, so there's 20 people I'm going to connect with every day. And then I've got my daily invite goal of 3, my daily ad goal of 3. Okay, if you have a small list, like you don't have a lot of friends on Facebook, and you might want to increase your daily ads goal. If you've got a large list, like let's say you're starting with thousands of people, in the beginning, it may not be as big a deal if you're adding 3 people a day, but you will get to a point where you want to have that habit in place. So you continually put fresh water in your database. Okay, so you can change these to whatever you want. Anything that you put in this box, when you click continue, it will set Teamzy up to your goals. Okay?
Quiet. Be quiet.
You can come back and change these at any time. Next step, we're going to find your why. Now, guys, this is important. This is really important because, hold on, I need coffee for this one. 1 out of 2 Beachbody coaches quits in the first year. Okay? Now, does that mean if you've been a coach for a year, you're safe? No. This is like mold that creeps up, the desire to quit. Now, there's going to be things that happen that are hard in your life, right? I mean, we just went through like crazy hurricanes, right? Earthquakes in Mexico. I mean, there's stuff like that that's going on. Wine country right now in California is completely on fire. I've got friends that are literally fleeing from house to house in their cars. Natural things like that are going to happen. You're going to have relationship issues happen. You're going to have money challenges happen. You're going to have, I don't know. I mean, is life hard sometimes? Even worse than all of those, some days you're going to feel bored with it. Some days you're just not going to feel motivated. That's even worse and more insidious. In fact, if you guys like woke up this morning, you're like, I don't really feel like doing this stuff today, and you do that 3 days in a row, the chances of you quitting are huge. Why do people quit in such high numbers? I'm going to tell you why right now. They don't know why. They shouldn't. They don't have a reason to be in this game. You need to figure out what your why is. And I know you guys may have heard that and have struggled with it. I'm going to take you through a really fast exercise. It's built into Teamzy to help you guys. But you guys need to know why you're in this. Otherwise, you need to know.
I can hear you.
Does that make sense? Let me mute everybody real quick just to be safe.
Who just heard you?
Okay. So let's jump back in real quick and I'm going to take you through this process. Now, before we even start, I want to ask you guys a couple of questions just to get you in the right frame of mind. Just to get you thinking of this. What is it that you believe in so strongly you'd never compromise? Right? You guys all have stuff like that. What is it you believe in so strongly you'd never compromise? Who or what do you care enough about that you would put yourself in harm's way for them? Okay, who or what do you care enough about that you would put yourself in harm's way for them? Who or what would you actually give your life for? Okay, so I know that I don't have to give you time because you guys know right away what those things are, who those people are. My question is this. If you would give your life for them, what will you do to live for them? Okay, so now that I've kind of got you in that place, let's go through this thing that's in Teamzy to kind of take us through. So there's a few questions here, and I'm going to kind of take you through my story as an example. The first question is, why did you become a coach? Why did you become a coach? And you can see my notes are in here. I became a coach because people were asking me how I lost the weight. And I told you guys that in the beginning. They were constantly asking me. My wife was like, you should just get paid for that. So that's a good idea. Next question. What do you hope to accomplish? And at that time, I had just thought, man, if I could make $500 a month extra money, that would be fantastic. I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I could make $500 extra money a month doing this business? He's like, yeah, absolutely. I think you could do that. So great, sign me up. The next question, why is that important to you? So just so you guys know, you can see my notes there, but my business, those of you guys who weren't on the call the first couple of minutes, my business traditionally was helping people build their business. I was a business coach, and I focused in the real estate and mortgage industries. Those are the people I helped. So when the Great Recession hit, you guys know what happened to those industries. I mean, they literally disappeared for a couple of years. It was a hard time. I was laid off from my job. We struggled. And just like a lot of people struggled, we struggled, you know, and I was able to find another job in a different industry, getting paid a little bit more for a while. I mean, a little bit less, sorry. And by God's good grace, we made it through that period intact as a family. But we were not able to save a dime for years, almost 7 years. We didn't save any money. So my thought was, man, if I could make $500 a month extra money doing Beachbody, I could start saving money again. So that's why it was important to me. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? I'm on the fourth question now. I really wanted to buy a new home. We were in a small house. We now had 4 kids. Excuse me. We just needed space. And I thought, man, it'd be great if I could save enough money, we could buy a new house. We had actually been upside down on our house since the recession. At one point we were, sorry, I'm losing my voice, guys. At one point we were $250,000 underwater. That was a good recession, right? $250,000 underwater on our house. We just wanted to like be able to get out of our house and get a new house. So I thought, man, maybe Beachbody can help me do this. Guys, literally in 5 minutes of answering these questions, I went from, I guess I'll be a coach. People are asking me about P90X to maybe we could buy a new house. Like it already started shifting my thinking bigger. Does that make sense? Then I get to this next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? I really had to think about this one because I didn't think maybe buying a new house was really that meaningful. Does that seem meaningful? I really thought about this. I was like, it's actually kind of materialistic. And that's the point I want you guys to get, is that goals are the material things that you want to achieve or do. The why is the emotion behind those things. Okay? Goals are meaningless without the why. Goals are meaningless without the emotion. And what I realized, guys, was that goal of buying a house wasn't meaningful, but it was symbolic. It was symbolic. Basically, a house represents your family, right? And so what was wrong wasn't the size of our house. It was that we didn't have the life that I wanted to have for my family. I never saw my kids. I was constantly working. I know some of you guys can relate to this. I'd get up early in the morning and I'd see my kids in their pajamas, kiss them goodbye and go to work. When I got home from work, my wife had already fed them, had them in the bath. I basically did bedtime with them. That was my relationship with my kids. I never forget my son, who was in kindergarten, constantly called me by his kindergarten teacher's name instead of daddy. And that was just the reality of the situation, right? I was missing my children growing up. I saw my wife in the evening for a couple hours, I was missing my family. And I was constantly stressed after losing my job in the recession that I was going to lose my job again. We're working like crazy, not saving any money. You guys feel this, right? This was my life. And I realized, guys, at this moment, and this is what I want for you guys to realize, that the Beachbody opportunity was a new plan. It was a new solution. It was a way that I could actually create the life that I always wanted. And I knew at this point that my career, my professional career, was getting me nowhere. I was at the top of my career and I was stuck. This was a new opportunity. This was a way for me to build everything I wanted for my family. So what you do is you take all of that process of answering these questions and that thought process, and then in this last box, where are we? Where's Teamzy? Here we go. In this last box, you create your why statement. Okay, so here's the why statement I wrote going through that process, just as an example. My why: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This was my why. Now, the reason why I asked you guys, who would you die for? Who would what do you believe in? Because that's where your why is going to bring you. Whatever you write in this last box, when you click continue, it will save it on your dashboard of Teamzy. You need to come into Teamzy every day to do your power hour and read that why out loud to yourself. You're not going to feel like doing this a lot of times. But when you think about what's at stake if I don't? This is what's at stake. Can I do anything for 30 minutes for this why? Yes. Does that make sense? This is the difference between the people who succeed and the people who quit. Because really that's all there is. There's no failures, right? There's quitters and there's people who succeed. is they know why. Darren Hardy in his book, The Compound Effect, talks about, would you run across a beam if it was 2 feet off the ground for $20? Did you guys read this book? But if I suspended that beam across 2 skyscrapers, would you run across that beam for $20? Most people would say no. Would you run across that beam for $20 suspended from a skyscraper if your child was on the other side and the building was on fire? Absolutely. What's the difference? The why. Make sense? If you don't have a strong why, you'll walk away from this business. That's the end of it. That's why this is built into Teamzy. We didn't just build this app because we want you guys to pay us to use it. We built this app because we want you to be successful. Our passion is for you guys to be successful and to help more people. Okay, so that's enough about that. I'm passionate about the why stuff. I can't help it. Okay, so we got your why. Continue. Next step is get all your contacts loaded into Teamzy. So you're going to get your contacts from the coach office. And this image is old, but we did update this to the new coach office this week. I think. Let me just double check. Yep, see, new coach office, great. Just checking, make sure the team's on it. So you're gonna go into coach office, you're gonna get your coaches and you're gonna get your customers and import those into Teamzy. Then you'll get your Facebook friends into Teamzy, right? Anywhere else you have contacts, you get them all. Get everybody in on one list. Okay, little tip for you guys who haven't done this yet. Coaches going first, then customers, then Facebook friends. Okay, coaches first, then customers, then Facebook friends. The reason is because you have your coaches and your customers also on Facebook and you don't want to import them as prospects. You want to put them in the right categories, okay? All right, once you get everybody in, you have one last step, which is to rank people. How am I doing on time? Okay, we're doing okay. So after you do an import, you'll be on your team page where your whole list lives. And you're gonna wanna go through and you're gonna wanna rank people. So you'll be in rank mode like this. And it's a 5-star system. 5 stars is awesome, 1 star, not so awesome. You guys know how to do that, right? This is important because the ranking determines how often you'll stay in contact with somebody. Okay? So you set the priority for your relationships. Teams will automatically create your up next list every day. A lot of people skip this, but you guys need to understand this is based on a really important principle of relationship marketing. Okay? You need to spend more time with the best people. You need to spend more time with the best people. If you don't prioritize your relationships first, the turkeys will take all your time. Is this true? And I use turkey as a nice word because my kids are right outside. I can hear them playing. Okay, they will take all your time. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? They take it from us, but you should be giving the oil to the good people. You should be focusing more on the best people. Spend more time with the best people. Understand this, guys. If you don't prioritize your relationships, you will never be able to prioritize your time. Okay? So it's real simple. 5 stars, awesome. 1 star, not so awesome. I'll go through specifically what these mean for Beachbody real quick with you. If you click on this little question mark right here, are you guys seeing my Teamzy screen? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, I didn't have the little green outline. You click on this, you can see the definitions. A 5-star is someone most likely to become a customer or a coach, or they're an existing customer or coach that's a rock star. Okay, you're gonna keep in touch with them. You're gonna connect with them every 30 days. Now, just keep in mind, guys, a connect is just a connect. It's a, hey, I wanna make your day. How are you? You know, it's just to bring a smile to someone's face. It's not a recruiting call or an invite. We'll talk about the difference as we go. 4 stars is someone likely to become a customer or coach with a little nurturing, or they're your solid performers on your team already. You're gonna connect with them every 60 days. 3 stars, someone who might become a customer or coach at some point in the future. You don't know. In fact, most of the people you know are 3 stars to start because you just don't know how hot they are. They're going to show up on your list every 90 days. And then 2 stars are getting colder. They're 120 days. 1 stars are people that aren't going to show up on your up next list. They're just in Teamzy if you need to look them up. Okay. Now, if you have 5,000 friends and you guys are like the coolest kid in school and you're like, Eric, this is crazy. How can I rank 5,000 people? I'll tell you the best case scenario is to just rank them, spend a couple hours and do it, get a nice big glass of wine or something, some adult, some nice music and crank through it. But if that's overwhelming, you can start just by going through your list and picking out the 4s and the 5s, okay? So that you've given a little better priority to your best, hottest people. Make sense? So you can start that way and you can rank as you go once you've done that. But you need to get some sort of ranking going because if you have a list of, I had an average size list when I started. I had about 2,000 contacts. if you've got 10 people that you feel are hot and there's mixed in with 2,000 people, they're not, you might not talk to them for months. You want to make sure that you prioritize those people. Make sense? Okay. So once you've got the ranking done, you're all ready to go. Now I'm going to show you guys how to crush a power hour. Here's my dashboard. We'll give you a quick tour of the dashboard. First of all, make sure you guys join this community up here. It's brand new. It's Facebook community. We just launched it, I think last week, which is pretty cool. We had an online community that wasn't used that much. We launched the Facebook community. People are all over it. You've got, if you want to look somebody up that's not on your dashboard, you can look them up by name, email, or phone, or any piece of their name, email, or phone right here, which is pretty cool. You add new people by clicking this right there. You just add them, boom, done. Okay, great. And then there's your why over here that we made. You can change it by clicking on it. Here's our goals for the day, okay, that we set when we set up 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches, 3 invites, 3 ads, okay? And then it tracks how you're doing, which is pretty cool. You can change your goals, by the way, by clicking right here, edit daily goals. Okay, you've got your dailies right here. These are the 4 things that you need to do consistently to be successful, right? Did you do your workout today? I haven't done mine yet because I'm talking to you guys. Shakeology, personal development, right? You post on social media, just to keep you in the mindset of, hey, these are things I need to do every day, okay? Now here's your who's up next. This is where the magic happens, okay? And this is where Teamzy tells you who you should connect with next, okay? So you've got 4 lists here: prospects, customers, coaches, and follow-ups, okay? Great. So what we're going to do is we go in order. We're going to connect with our prospects. What was my goal? 10. I want to connect with 10 people. First person on my list is Tanya. See how great that worked out? This is great. All right. So maybe I haven't talked to Tanya in a while and I don't know what I'm going to say to her. So I'm going to go over here to scripts. See over on the right? Check this out, you guys. We've loaded all these scripts in here to make this so easy for you. Seriously. You can just use this stuff until you get your own voice on this. I'm going to send her a Facebook message. And I'm just going to use this first one here. Connect 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. This is actually one of my favorite ones. I've used this a million times. The response rate on this message is super high. All right, and you can change it a little bit to however you word, but I'm going to copy that script. Now I'm just going to jump over. I've got Facebook open right here. I'm just going to look up Tanya real quick. Okay, I'm going to send her a message. All right, so check this out. Remember I copied that script. Now I'm just going to paste it right here and change the name. Bam, done. No thinking, just send. There's this great message to her. Now what I'm going to do is, just because I don't like to type, I'm going to copy it again and put it back into Teamzy. Okay, even though I didn't copy it right. We're going to log it in Teamzy, okay? See, I didn't copy it. I'm going to just type it. Now I don't have to do any extra typing. Great, I'm going to select type. That was a Facebook message that I sent to her. Now I'm going to log it. Now guess what happens? See, I've got a 1 on the board and the next person moved up. Okay, now I'm going to connect with Jay. My goal with these connects is to make their day, get them to smile and have them respond so we can have a conversation. Okay, now check this out. I'm going to go to Jay. Right, where's the message? Messenger. Sometimes it gives me a quick thing where I don't have to open their page. Here we go. So I'm going to send Jay the same message. It's still on my clipboard. I don't even have to retype it, right? I'm going to send Jay that same message. Jay works for me, so she lets me message her at 6 in the morning. But you get the idea. I'm going to log that one. Go to the next one. How fast do you think I could do 20 of these or 10 of these? Right? I get to Sheila, do the same thing. Bam, 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 10 times. It'll take me 10 minutes to send those messages. Now, what you're going to find is people will start responding to those messages. Don't have your conversations until you finish your power hour, okay? Get all your proactive stuff done first, or you'll get caught on one conversation, you'll connect with one person. So these are like love letters, like messages in the bottle. You're sending them all out as fast as you can, right? And then you're going to get to your customers. When you're done with all your prospects for the day, all 10, you're going to get to your customers, and you're going to go through your customers the same way. So if I wanted to connect with Red, check this out. Now when I go in here to scripts, I've got different scripts. These are customer scripts, right? So you can just connect, you know. How about this one? Hi, John, how are your workouts coming along? Are you drinking your water and shakes? Give me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. By the way, this is my favorite one of all time. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. To your customers, oh my gosh. Guys, this is so important to be in touch with your customers. Just for a second, allow me to go off on this tangent because you need to hear this. Your customers are a gold mine. You need to keep customers. You need to retain them. You want them to be using Shakeology forever, right? When you get that email from Beachbody in the fall that says your average customer was on Shakeology for whatever, however many months, like you want that number to be bigger, right? One, because you know the product is amazing. When I was a coach, I not only wanted people to continue using Shakeology, I wanted them to get more of their family using it. My goal was to get their spouses using it and their kids using it and their elderly parents using it because I knew it could help. And I had people tell me, oh my gosh, my mother just got off her high blood pressure medication. Thank you so much for recommending that I start buying it for her. Okay? You need to be in touch with people. You don't need to be selling them. You just need to be in touch with them. Hey, how are you doing? Is there anything I can do to make your day? They ask questions, you know? They're going to ask questions. How does this compare to the Orgain stuff that I saw at Costco yesterday for $32? You need to be present so you can answer those questions. Make sense? But also, guys, your customers, look, you can tell it hurts me to have to tell you this, but I want you guys to know this. Your customers who are getting results using these programs, using these products, are already talking to everyone they know about what you do. You're just not getting that because you're not in touch with them. You need to be in touch with your customers, especially the ones getting results, and you need to be asking them to introduce you to the people they're talking to. Huge, guys, huge. With Teamzy, you don't have to think about it. They're just going to you're just going to connect with customers every day and you'll be in touch with everybody. Okay? If you've got some complex plan for staying in touch with people, I talked to them 28 days and then this and this, you don't have to worry about that with Teamzy. You just put them in there and you're going to be in touch with everybody. If you just keep using it every day, you'll be in touch with everybody. Make sense? Okay. So don't neglect your customers. Huge. And then finally, you got to stay, after you get all your customers done, you're going to go to coaches and you're going to connect. I don't have any more to connect with on my page, but you're going to connect with all your coaches. This is so important, guys, because it's called Teamzy for a reason. It's about building your team. Hey, look, I'm getting natural light now. The sun's rising. It's a beautiful day in San Diego. You want to be in touch with your coaches. They need a one-on-one relationship with you. They got to have that, especially as your team gets huge. Especially as your team gets huge. They need to hear from you. Okay, so you want to be connecting with them. People, just like a job, people will stay in this business for the relationships. You guys know that more people are motivated to stay in their job based on how they're treated than by how much they're being paid. And we need to help encourage people. People need to have that relationship and that connection. So we're going to connect with our coaches. So prospects, customers, coaches. Do you guys see how we could do those 20 connects in less than 30 minutes? Right? Just sending out messages. Now what happens is you've got people responding to you, right? You've got people responding to you and you're having conversations. So now they're like, oh, thanks for checking in. Oh my gosh, I'm great. How are you? And you're having conversations. You're messaging back and forth with people, which is great. Now you're going to, in those conversations, guys, just want you to think about this for a second. Your goal is not to recruit them or invite them right away. Your goal is to help them. Look for ways to help. This is the key to relationship marketing. Look for ways to help because the first conversation may not be the one for them. You need to look for ways to help. How can you make their day? How can you listen for wants and needs? Maybe there's some advice you can give them based on your experience. Maybe you can refer them somewhere. Maybe they need a new dentist for their kids, right? I don't know. Look for ways to help them. And then as the conversation progresses, use your knowledge as a Beachbody coach to help them. Use your business solution as a way to help them. Okay. Now, as you're talking to people and they've expressed some interest in learning more about the business, this is when you invite them. So let's just say, for example, Tanya responds to me, pretend she's not a coach, and she responds to me and we're having a conversation, we're catching up. And then I say, she says, how's that Beachbody thing going? I said, oh my gosh, it's going great. It's so much fun. She's like, I need to do something about my fitness. Oh, great. Why don't we jump on the phone, Tanya, and we'll talk about your goals and see if maybe I can help you. She said, oh, could you do that? Yeah, absolutely. So we get on the phone, we're talking, right? And she's telling me her goals and I'm writing them down, doing all this stuff, right? And if you guys don't know how to do that, Tanya will help you with that part. And And she's giving me her goals. I'm like, great. Tanya, based on everything you're saying, I think I have the perfect program for you. It's a 3-week program. It's called, you may have heard of it. It's called 21 Day Fix. It's perfect. It's got great 30-minute workouts. You can fit those into your busy schedule. And the nutrition plan is super easy to follow, dialed in. She's like, awesome. Great. So what I'm going to do right now, Tanya, is I'm going to send you an email with all the information on the next challenge group we have coming up. And on that email, it also has your links to order your challenge pack so we can get you started. Okay, and then I'll follow up with you tomorrow, Tanya, and see if you have any questions. Does it sound good? She's like, that sounds great, Eric. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I've had this conversation with Tanya. I'm going to look her up in my lookup bar to bring up her record. Oh, wrong Tanya. Okay, I'm going to look her up. And now what I want to do is I'm going to click on this connect button so that I can log that I sent her an invite. So I'm going to just put it on a note here. It was 21 Day Fix. And I sent it via email. And check this little invite box. See it right there? This time, now this connect is an invite. And it was to a challenge group. Are you with me? Okay, now before I log this, you got to set the follow-up. Now setting the follow-up takes her off of that 30-day cycle and puts her on my follow-ups list. Okay? So I'm going to follow up tomorrow because that's when I told her I would check in with her. This is the key, guys. This makes it so easy. Now when I log this connect, you can see there's a follow-up set for tomorrow. Okay, so now, my goal every day is I'm going to connect, according to these goals, I'm going to connect with 20 people. Out of those 20 people, I'm going to have conversations. I hope to generate 3 invites out of those conversations every day. Those invites then are going to go on my follow-ups list, and I'm going to follow up like a pro. Are you guys with me? Now I'm going to show you how to follow up like a pro right now because this is a key ingredient to getting these things converted. So when I go to my follow-ups now, you'll see there's Tanya. She's on my list. Okay? Great. So how do I do this? This is really important. Have you guys ever heard someone say the fortune's in the follow-up? Yeah. Now this is the crazy thing, guys. I just gotta tell you this. Most coaches, gosh, even some of the superstar coaches only follow up 2 or 3 times. Did you know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? Between the 7th and the 10th. All sales, not just Beachbody, all sales happen that way. How many of you guys follow up 10 times on someone who's interested? Anyone? A couple people here and there, you might. Okay, here's the thing. There's reasons why people don't. And I'm going to explain why we need to. First of all, people don't do it because they just don't have a system that keeps them that organized. I mean, staying in touch with somebody 10 times is hard to do, especially if you're generating 3 a day, right? Teamzy is your system to keep you organized. You don't have to worry about that anymore. The other reason, the main reason people don't do it is they feel like they're being annoying. How many of you guys are worried about being annoying? Right? Yeah. Here's the thing I want you to think about real quick. Quick mindset shift. You guys are literally, your product is transforming lives, right? That's your product. You guys are helping people transform their life, their health, their self-esteem, their energy, right? That makes them better wives, husbands, parents, everything. And the only way for them to get that transformation is for you to help them actually get into the challenge group, right? Now, I'm here to tell you that 80% of people won't actually do that until you get to the 7th to the 10th follow-up, which means if you really care about people, you have to follow up. Following up actually becomes an act of love in this business. Write that down. Following up is an act of love. If you love somebody enough to help them, you will follow up with them 10 times. If you don't follow up with them 10 times, you are communicating this. I just don't care enough about you to keep following up. Sorry. Okay, guys? So now here's the thing I want you to know. There is a way to follow up 10 times without being annoying. How many of you want to learn that? Okay, good. There's 2 principles. 2 principles. And we built this into Teamzy, so it's almost automatic with the principles built in. So don't worry, you can just kind of go on autopilot, but I'll teach you the 2 principles. The first principle for never being annoying in a follow-up is this. Never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't say, can you call me back? Can you answer? Can you email me back? Can you go ahead and buy your challenge pack already? Okay? Don't ask them to do anything in their follow-up. That's annoying, right? Isn't the most annoying voicemail the one that says, call me back, I need to talk to you? It's annoying. Just tell me what you want. Text it to me. Let me respond. So don't do it. Don't ask for anything. And I know people, some of you guys have been trained like you always got to put a call to action in follow-ups. No, you don't. You put the call to action out. The follow-up is just to remind them of the one you've already done, okay? The second thing that you can do to not be annoying is keep your messages, your follow-up messages short. enough that they can read them on their lock screen of their phone without opening the message. Right? Because you guys don't actually want to see it. I mean, you don't want them to know you've read it, right? That's the way they are too. So keep it short so they can see it. You don't care that they know, you don't care that they know, they're always going to see it. The point is you just want them to think of you for a second. You're just getting in their head every day, just for a second. That's all you're doing with these follow-ups, okay? So never ask them to do anything. Keep it short. Send it via a text or a message so they can read it. Okay, those are the two principles. You'll never be annoying if you do that. Now, let me just show you a couple things in Teamzy real quick. So in Teamzy, we've made this really easy. When I go to follow up with Tanya, I'm going to go to my scripts, okay? I'm going to go to Facebook Messenger. And if I go down here, you look, I've got 10 follow-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 follow-ups in here for you, okay? Just go in order. Day 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Boom, I'm going to copy that script. I'm going to send it to Tanya, okay? I'm going to send it in Facebook. I'll log it here. And when I log that quick message, I'm going to set my next follow-up again for tomorrow so she stays on my list, okay? Tomorrow when I do my follow-up, she's there. I'm going to come in. That's not even Tanya. I got to click her first. I'm going to come in. I'm going to go to my scripts. I'm going to get script number 2. Hi, Tanya. Just making sure you got my email. Checking to see if you have any questions. Okay? Short, sweet, to the point. Now, why are these so important, guys? You have to understand something psychologically that's happening. And I know I've gone a little bit over my time, but I'm just real quick. People are wired. Our subconscious runs the show. You guys know that, right? What's happening in our subconscious, the way we programmed ourselves, runs our life. Even though we're excited, even though Tanya was excited about 21 Day Fix, she's excited about making a change in her health and fitness. Consciously, her subconscious mind is programmed to keep her where she is. Stability, safety, what we know, right? So she's going, oh, this is going to be great. I'm so excited. It's going to be great. I'm going to nutrition plan. And her subconscious mind's going, that sounds hard. That sounds scary. That sounds like a risk. We're not doing that. And that subconscious programming is taking over. Every time you follow up, especially if you're following up daily or every couple of days, you're sending a positive, fun message that shows you're caring. What happens when Tanya sees that message is she sees it, and for a brief second, she reconnects her mind to that moment of hope that she had talking to you about the program, right? And all you want her to do is have a positive emotion for a split second regarding you and the program. Those little moments are going to reprogram her mind to allow her to accept the change. This is why sales happen on the 8th to 10th follow-up, guys. Because it takes that many for our mind to get around the change, the commitment we're going to make. Okay? So that's why we're doing it. And the other cool thing about it is she's going to look at that and she's going to go, oh yeah, I need to do that. And then her mind will take over and she'll come up with an excuse why not to respond right now. Okay? So it's normal. So I want you guys to know as coaches, do not expect a response from 90% of your people. Expect 0 response for your first 5 follow-ups. Okay? If you're getting responses before that, that's because you are an exceptional person that people really love and trust more than normal. Okay? If you are getting crickets for 3 or 4 follow-ups, that's normal. Hey, be excited. Wow, I'm really helping this person. You guys with me? And you don't have to think about it with Teamzy. They're on your follow-up list. You go down the list, boom, 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 boom. You can look at activity to see what the last thing you sent her was. Okay? Go back to connect, send the next follow-up, send the next follow-up. Just keep going. Now, what happens is, let's say we do this for a couple of weeks. Finally, Tanya emails me and is like, I did it. I ordered, it's great. I go into my back office. I look. Tanya has got her challenge pack. She came in as a coach. She was smart. She got the better deal. So how do I finish her off in Teamzy? So now what I'll do is I'll look her up again, right? To bring me to her record. First thing I want to do is record the sale. I'm going to click the sale button. She bought a challenge pack, okay, and I'm going to save it. That's just so that Teamzy knows how many connects it took for me to get a sale, so we can calculate our business ratio so you can get better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move her. See, she's still listed as prospect. I'm going to now put her on the coach category by clicking that, person sponsored. So now I've taken Tanya through the whole process, connecting with her, starting a conversation, having conversation, inviting her, following up on the invite, and then getting her to sign up. Now I'm going to continue to build my relationship with Tanya, but she's going to show up on my coach list. Okay. And that's how you take somebody through the whole process. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Did any questions come up? Let me look at the chat real quick. Okay. Just unmute yourselves if you want to ask something because you're all muted.
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to tell everybody that's on the call that me, when I implemented Teamzy and started using it and had it all organized, I don't have to fall through the cracks anymore. I used to have my system before I started my note card system was scroll down all the way to the bottom of my Facebook Messenger and just start chatting with those people again. So I had so many fall through the cracks that now, usually more times than not, by this time of the month, I've helped 5 people. And then now my goal is to help 5 more. And I know that is because I've implemented Teamzy. I doubled my invite number because I wanted to reach out to more people. And Teamzy lets me keep that so organized. And I can do it from anywhere. If I'm stuck having to go to the doctor, I can get my power hour done because you wait for the doctor for an hour. So I can get my power hour done while I'm sitting there waiting. It's not like I have to bring my note cards and my notebook and everything with me. So it makes it so much easier to run your business from wherever you are. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I know since I've implemented that, I've been hitting my goal numbers earlier in the month, that now I can kind of extend it, make it a goal for myself.
I also find that it's really helpful because you have somewhere to keep notes on people. Like, sometimes I will skip a week because I always visit their page before I send something out. And if I see that something maybe tragic has happened and it's just not the right time to reach out to somebody like that, I'll skip the week, but I'll put a note in my my activity or notes section, whatever, that states why I skipped that week.
That's great. Hey guys, real quick, I want to hear all your questions, but I want to give you your action steps real quick because I know some of you guys have to go about your day. So let me give you some quick action steps here. So first of all, make sure you guys if you're not already using Teamzy, go get a free trial. That's a no-brainer, right? Go get your free trial. The second one, come on computer, there you go. Get a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. If you don't have a success partner, choose someone that is equally ambitious and a go-getter like you to be your 30-day success partner, okay? What I want you guys to do is get into Teamzy together, hold each other accountable, and at the end of each day, take a screenshot of your, you get this 100% you crushed it message when you do all your activities for the day. Take a screenshot of that and message it over to your partner. It will drive you to do it more. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. I just want you guys to get this. And I know some of you guys won't watch this far. So Tanya, share this with everybody. Our active users in Teamzy, these are active users, people that are doing just what I showed you guys today. If you're doing what I showed you today, those people are getting, on average, 21 new customers every 90 days and 9 new coaches every 90 days. That's just the average number. Which if you compound that consistently over a couple of years, you've got a pretty awesome business going, right? So get a 30-day success partner and get in the feeling of what it's like to do this daily, okay? The third action step is, for those of you who are kind of intimidated by the whole 30 days, I'll give you a 5-day challenge, which is with your partner or with your team, I want you guys over 5 days to connect with 100 people. And again, I just showed you could do that in 20 minutes a day, but I want you to do it 5 days in a row so you can see what happens when you do it every day for 5 days, how much momentum it gives you in your business. The thing is it's kind of hard to describe, guys, but let's say you do this, right? And now you're having, after 5 days or a work week, you're having conversations with 50 people about your business. That kind of activity will do so much for your confidence. It will bring so much energy into your business. Your challenge group will be so much more fun. It'll have so much more energy, right? So that's why I give you that 5-day challenge. I want you to experience that. It's going to change the way you think about your business. So those are your action steps: 30-day free trial, success partner, 5-day challenge. You guys got it? How many people are committed to doing at least the 5-day challenge? Let me see it. Public accountability. See that? When people see you do public accountability, strong,
I'm making
right?
a note on all these hands.
That's right. It's recorded. It's recorded. Okay. All right. Any other questions before we go? It's okay if I've fire hosed you here with too much information, but
I wanted to say thank you. This was awesome.
Me too.
Hey, Eric, I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
So I've been a coach for like almost 7 years. So like my contact list is a lot. Like I'm, I have maxed out and then delete people and stuff like that. And so like, since I've been building my network for so long, a lot of the people that are in my friends list, like I have no idea who they are, how I met them or anything. And so I'm kind of new, like I've paid for Teamzy for a long time, but now Tanya, like we kind of success partnered up and she like keeps me on my game with actually doing it.
Yeah.
But it takes me so long because when I'm looking at the list of the who's next, I look at the person, I'm like, I don't know who you are. And then I look at their Facebook page and I'm like, all right, I still don't know who you are. And like, so do you think that it's beneficial to send like that first Facebook message you said from the scripts of like, hey, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. Or is that weird?
Okay. So first of all, without looking at your Facebook page, I would guess you're pretty active posting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those people probably know who you are.
Oh.
And they're following your posts. So what I would do is the script I would use, it's in there, I think it's Connect 2 or 3. The one I would use is this one. I saw you come across my Facebook page and thought I'd say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a great script because they're like, yeah, because we're Facebook friends and they probably see you come across their page all the time.
Right.
Okay. Now here's the thing. It will take you 1 second and it moves the list, right? If you come back to those people over and over and over and they've never responded, at some point you can take them off your list if you want. But I will tell you a story about when I was a coach. There was this guy, his name's Mike. He's from Alabama. He's a real estate investor that I had known through my other business, right? And a lot of the people that I knew through my other business weren't really into the Beachbody thing, probably because everyone's skeptical about network marketing, right? And so I'd message him, hey man, how's it going? Nothing. Hey man, just checking in. How have you been? Oh, it's been a long time since we talked. How's life? And I was coming into my 4th time. He was a 3. So what is that? 100? That is a year, right? My 4th connect. I've been connecting with him for a year, every 3 months. And I sent him the message and I was like I was telling you, it takes me a second out of my day. I could care less, right? And I get this was the response I got, you guys, from Mike. He goes, hey, great to hear from you. I'm interested in doing Body Beast and coming in as a Beachbody coach. I've done all the research. Looks great. I just need to know, do I need Shakeology and performance or is one good? Can we talk later this week? And so I'm telling you guys, that's an extreme example, but that actually happened to me.
Yeah, I don't ever delete. I move them to 1.
So my point is that even if they don't respond, they get your message, they're thinking about you, they're looking at your page, they are interacting in their own mind and heart with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes us very little effort to send that message. Now you'll even now here's one more extreme story I got. I got a guy who messaged me back and said, Eric, I'm unfriending you from Facebook. No offense. I've enjoyed working with you in the past with real estate, but what you're doing currently is not relevant to me. And my first response was, I was like, how rude, right? I was so irritated with that, but it was so honest, right? So here's what I did. I pulled myself together after I complained to my wife about what a jerk this guy was, because that's what spouses are for, right? I sent him this message. He said, no, I totally understand. Absolutely. One question though, is there anyone you can think of that's struggling with their health or fitness that maybe I could help? And you know what? He gave me 3 names on his way out the door.
Nice.
My point is this. You gotta stay focused on who you can help. Now, what happened was he ended up becoming Facebook friends with me again because the way I approached that, he liked it. And I mean, here's the thing. A lot of these people, you don't really care about the relationship with them at this point because you don't know them, but you may have them. So long story short, Jennifer, just send the message. It takes too much time to postpone or delete people. Just send the message and keep moving.
Okay. All right. Because it's taken me like, I don't know what my Teamzy goal, I think it's 30 prospects a day. And it'll end up taking me like 3 hours sometimes because I go and research every single person trying to think of an authentic message to send instead of just the generic.
You're overthinking it. Just send that. Just try it. Okay. Here's the thing. 30 people. You haven't done it yet today, right?
I've done a little.
Okay, so just test it today. Use a couple of those scripts. I mean, you can change the little to "Hey girl" or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But just don't overthink it. Just go. Those scripts that are in there are ones that have been used a lot and they work.
Okay.
They're pretty friendly and they don't come across as scripted. So.
Okay. I'll try it. Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions? And you can send us a testimonial, Jennifer, to Teamzy.
I just wanted to make a comment about what you just said. It's not really a question, but like I am Tanya's personal responsible coach, and she's always getting on my butt for not logging my Teamzy because I talk to a lot of people, but I have a hard time logging it because I'm just like, I hate switching through screens when I'm on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Poor excuse, I know. But, but you know, Teamzy really has like changed the way that I do my follow-ups. But I think that, like you said, I don't use enough scripts. I am Jen to the core. Like I go do like, you know, massive research about who I should be, sending messages to. But I think that if I start using the scripts, I can actually up my goal number, because I'm not taking half of a day to get through the 10 I'm supposed to get through.
What I would do, you guys, is I would send that same script to everybody. And then when they respond and want to have a conversation, that's when I would go look at their page. Does that make sense?
That's exactly what I do.
You know what's going on to say, hey, how have you been? It's been a while since we connected.
Yep.
And then when they respond, it's like, now I'm going to look at their page and go, oh, I'll tell you guys, I mean, I've made mistakes. I've messaged people without looking at their page and then saw that they're deceased. And I was like, oh, I feel dumb. I mean, not like anyone's going to get the message, but, you know, I've gone to customers and found out they were deceased that I hadn't been in touch with. I mean, so things like that are going to happen. But here's the thing, like, you know, you just gotta be connecting with more people. You should be able to do this in less than an hour a day. Okay. Otherwise it's too overwhelming and you're not going to get the momentum you need in your business. So you just crank them out. I have little kids in elementary school, you know, and you have to wait in line to pick up kids. Do you guys do that? I mean, just keep an eye on the car in front of you, but you could be messaging people like crazy through Teamzy in those moments. It's great. So I think that's like, you know, it's kind of like break my day, I have to go pick up the kids, but it becomes a very good proactive time. Speaking of that, I got to get going. Got a couple soccer games here to get ready for.
Thank you so much for getting up early and doing this call for us, because I know you got up earlier than you normally do just to do this for us. I really, really appreciate it. It was a lot of great nuggets. And a lot of the things, my momentum has changed because I do 100 a week. I have 107 invites so far this week because of having the organization.
Yeah.
So what he's saying really is true, guys.
Speaking of that, you guys, let me show you one thing before we run. Hold on a second. Where is it? Team report. Have you guys used this yet? Tanya's on my team report, so you can actually see her numbers. So look at her numbers for this. Look, she's got 2 fires. She's on fire. So this is really cool. And if you guys aren't using this, what I also recommend you do is share your stats with Tanya so she can hold you accountable on her team report. Now, the way I think that I did a whole training on this, by the way. If you haven't already seen it, Tanya, you should go check it out. It's in our Facebook community posted.
Okay, I will.
But on your team calls, you bring up that report for 2 minutes and you just, quick recognize the people who are crushing it and then encourage the people who aren't. And the people who you see the little sleepy face next to you who are doing nothing, who maybe didn't show up for the team call, like that starts to give you a little bit of early warning. And that's where you say, hey team, let's reach out to Helen this week and see if we can encourage her. With me? Now the cool thing is you voluntarily share those stats, so it's like you're inviting the team for the accountability. But if you guys do that, it will help. Accountability helps because we work for other people. None of us work for ourselves. That's the problem, right? It's a good thing, but it's also the problem. So if you can figure out how to make your work be for other people, you'll always be successful. All right.
Very true.
Thank
you so much.
I will say thank you guys. God bless. Thanks for having me. Have an awesome day.
You too.
Bye.